Have you ever gotten a plumbing bill and just thought, whoa, like maybe $450 just to clear out a clogged drain?
Oh, yeah. That sticker shock is real.
And then the worst part, you find out there's like no warranty, so it could clog again next week and you're back to square one.
Exactly. That's what we're digging into today, why those costs are often so high, and maybe what you should be expecting.
Right, because it feels like, well, today we're trying to unpack the real cost behind these service calls. We've been looking at some info, particularly around a company called AA Quick and their approach.
And the big takeaway seems to be that a higher price doesn't always mean, better service or a fix that actually lasts.
Okay, so let's talk about that $450 drain clearing. Why is that happening with some of the bigger companies?
Well, it seems like some models focus on, let's say, maximizing the revenue per call. They come in, do a quick fix.
Like poke a hole in the clog, maybe?
Sort of, yeah. Get the water flowing for now, collect the payment, and they're gone.
Yeah.
But there's often no investigation into why it clogged.
So no real long-term thinking. And no peace of mind for the homeowner.
Precisely. Which is kind of the opposite of what you'd hope for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what should a fair service look like then? What should people expect?
Ideally, well, first off, transparent pricing. You should know the cost before they start.
Okay, no surprises mid-job. Makes sense.
And the technician. They should be focused on actually diagnosing the problem, finding the root cause, not just, trying to upsell you on stuff you don't need.
Right. Fixing the problem, not just the symptom.
Exactly. And crucially, there should be some kind of warranty or guarantee on the work. You need that assurance. You should feel like you got genuine value.
Which brings us to that company we looked at, AA Quick. Their approach seems different.
It does. The information suggests most of their customers are paying less than $150 for a drain clearing.
Wow, that's a huge difference from $450.
It is. And they apparently talk about doing a full service clearing, not just that quick poke and go thing we mentioned.
So more thorough, trying to actually solve it.
That seems to be the idea. Their focus, based on what we saw, is more on integrity, follow-up, building that trust, a different business philosophy, perhaps.
It sounds like it. More about keeping a customer long-term than maximizing one single visit.
Yeah, that could be it. Which leads to the whole issue of the warranty or the lack of one.
Right, let's talk about that. If there's no warranty and the drain clogs again a week later,
you're paying that big fee all over again.
Ugh. So that initial $450 could easily become $900.
Or more. If they never actually diagnose why it keeps happening, maybe roots in the line, maybe a partially collapsed pipe, you're just stuck.
It's that cycle you mentioned. Big price, short fix, zero protection. It sounds exhausting, frankly.
It can be incredibly frustrating and expensive. So it really highlights the need to be an informed customer when you call for service.
Okay, so what should people actually do? What questions should they ask when they pick up the phone?
Good question. First, ask specifically what the service includes. Is it just a basic clearing, or will they investigate the cause if it's not straightforward?
Okay, scope of work, got it. What else?
Definitely ask about warranties. Is there a warranty on this work? And if yes, what does it cover and for how long? Get the details.
Super important. Don't just assume.
Absolutely. Also, ask if the technician will explain what they found, the cause of the problem.
So you actually understand what's going on with your plumbing.
Right. And one more ask, if there are any potential extra charges. Could anything else come up once they start? Just try to avoid those unpleasant surprises on the final bill.
That's really practical advice. Know what you're getting, know if it's guaranteed, understand the problem, and clarify the costs up front.
Pretty much. It's about protecting yourself and making sure you're getting actual value.
So the final thought here seems to be, when you get that quote, don't just look at the number.
Exactly. Think beyond the initial price tag. Consider the warranty, the thoroughness of the service they're describing, the potential for repeat issues.
It's about the long-term value, not just the immediate hit to your wallet. Is this a real solution or just a temporary patch?
That's the question to ask yourself. True value often lies in the reliability and the guarantee, not just the lowest or highest initial cost.
Hey folks, it's Jim from AA Quick. If you're paying $450 for a simple job with no warranty, you're not just overpaying, you're unprotected. Call us at 314-429-7131. Mention this podcast, and we'll take $20 off your service. We do it right, we back it up, and we treat you like family. Tell them Jim sent you.